another one. We got another one.
It's week 15 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for...
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Jones. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. DJ Moore is back deep waiting for it. Fielded at about the 28. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receiver. they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Flush to his right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Now Jones. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Carlos Basham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got it. This is Ware. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Dillon now off the option. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Dillon is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Dillon again. Nipped, and he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. A.J. Dillon hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. After right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And again, it's Chubb. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of the 1st with 3rd down looming. They'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. Now we'll pause for an injured player. And that's wide receiver Drake London who's shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The Dolphins sit 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple-option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12. Looking to pass. Tua got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They run again on first down. Chubb trucks over it. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now Chubb running right. And they'll get this down to the 10. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him so far. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now they send the tight end in motion left. Touchdown! Darren Waller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Santos with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. throwing to start the drive. Jones. And his throw here's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones completes it to the fullback Ham. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Moore on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. So the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the 2nd half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And complete to Drake London. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. A give running right is Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. From the 45 on 2nd down. Tua. And he'll just protect the football and go down and take the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down. Here's Chubb again. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Off-tackle run here for Nick Chubb. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll run with Chubb. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Jones throwing to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. That's more. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now a second down throw for the end zone. It's incomplete.
They're going to give it a little pass on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And we pause for an injury here. It looks like it's Keenan Allen who's in some pain down there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on 2nd and 16, Tua. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and a mile. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He'll look downfield for Waller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Every
everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Matt Judon coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Jones. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Dillon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. They go screen with Dillon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New England. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Moore, the man in motion. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Here we go. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Tua. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Room here to run. Gets past one man. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Jones. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll get to the... It's also third down. Here's Jones. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Holding, offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
He's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Back to throw is Tua. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Down to an Eagles Tua, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.